Kettlebell workout for strength and conditioning by your fitness instructors and fitness center Finesse Revolution. Kettlebell training is being advertised as the next great thing in commercials, YouTube videos, or even at your local gym. It appears to be a fascinating heavyweight to swing around. But what exactly can it do for you? Kettlebell training may help everyone, from elite athletes to everyday exercisers. Dynamic, frequently ballistic motions use the entire body and concentrate on aspects like balance, coordination, and power development, which don't get as much emphasis in traditional training. Best of all, it's enjoyable and may revitalize your exercises. There are a lot of handles to hold a kettlebell. Despite the fact that there is no correct method to grip a kettlebell, these instruments provide unequal training benefits. Unlike with a barbell, most kettlebell workouts need you to contribute equally to both sides of your body. In addition, unlike a dumbbell, the nature of the weight tends to stimulate more of your stabilizer muscles. So, stay tuned and watch our kettlebell program to gain the benefits of exercising with kettlebells and how to use them in your routine to build more strength and power endurance or enhance your cardiovascular perseverance. But before we begin, support this video and channel by leaving a like right now and smashing the subscribe button. Enjoy! Warm up. Warming up your body before an exercise can help you avoid injuries and get the most out of your activity. It is vital to establish stability throughout your movement during a good warm-up to avoid injuries. Warm-up time should not exceed 8 minutes. You can do 5 to 6 exercises sequentially for 2 or 3 sets. Depending on the workout, repetitions might range from 5 to 20. Let's begin. Baby makers. Place your feet underneath your hips and open your toes on the side just like a squat position. Toes turned out slightly, and bend down and hold the tops of your feet. Bend your knees until you go to a full squat, and keep your knees outside your elbows. While you grab your toes, extend your legs, and keep your back straight in a neutral position. Or, you can leave your legs slightly bent. Do 10 repetitions, and proceed to the next exercise. Hinge. Bend your knees slightly, and keep your back straight. Then lean forward, pulling your hips back. Picture it a more severe curtsy, in which you can feel your hamstrings stretch. This movement's whole strength is centered in and around the hips. This implies your glutes are also heavily involved. Do 10 repetitions, and proceed to the next exercise. Plank rotation. Place your hands beneath your shoulders in a plank stance. From head to toe, keep your body straight. Tighten your core and glutes to support your body. Lift one arm off the floor, and open shoulder and upper body on the side gains to the ceiling. Do 10 repetitions, and proceed to the next exercise. Mountain climbers. Get into a plank position, distributing your weight equally between your hands and toes. Check your form. Your hands should be shoulder width apart, your back flat, your abs and glutes engaged, and your head aligned. Pull your right knee as far into your chest as you can, and keep a neutral position. Switch legs, bringing one knee out, and the other knee in. Maintain a low hip position, and run your knees in and out, as far and as quickly as you can. With each leg change, alternate breathing and exhaling. Now do 20 repetitions, and proceed to the next exercise. Shoulder openers. Begin standing, then lightly leap your feet to a spread posture, about 5 to 6 feet apart. Keep your legs straight, and raise your arms out to the sides, producing a T shape. Repeat the same process for the left leg, and count it as 1 repetition. Do 20 repetitions, and restart the warm-up cycle, for 1 or 2 more sets. After finishing the sets, rest for 1 minute and proceed to our kettlebell workout. Kettlebell workout. Weighted hip thrust. The hip thruster enhances hip extension by stimulating the hamstrings and gluteal muscles. It targets the gluteal muscles more effectively than many other lower body exercises. Instead of leaning on a weight bench, you rest your upper back on the floor. The head and neck are fully supported as they lie on the floor. Bend your knees and set your feet on the floor, hip distance apart. Press through the heels and lift the hips to form a diagonal line with the knees, hips and shoulders. Lower the hips and repeat. Repeat for 40 seconds, then rest for 20 seconds, before repeating the process for 2 more sets. Kettlebell Russian swings. This exercise is an excellent complement to an upper body workout. Open your legs a little wider than a squat. While maintaining a neutral position, hinge your hips back, bring the kettlebell inside of your thighs, and extend your hips and legs front, bringing the kettlebell to shoulder height. Repeat for 40 seconds, then rest for 20 seconds, before repeating the process for 2 more sets. Kettlebell front racked reverse lunges. Kettlebell lunges are a fantastic exercise for building strong legs and glutes. The kettlebell lunge is also a terrific exercise for improving single leg strength and hip mobility, which is beneficial for sports and general movement abilities. With the kettlebell in your right hand and resting behind your hand on your wrist, hoist it to your right shoulder. Feet shoulder width apart, step back with your right leg touching your knee to the floor. Return to standing and repeat with your left leg. Keep both your legs in a 90-degree position. Do 6 to 8 repetitions on each side, then rest for 15 to 20 seconds before repeating the process for 2 more sets. 1-arm kettlebell overhead squat. The single-arm kettlebell overhead squat dynamically stimulates lower body muscles while testing and strengthening shoulder stability and upper back mobility. It can be exercised in classic strength or muscle-building rep ranges. With your legs shoulder width apart, hold a kettlebell in your hand and stretch your arm directly above your head. Lower yourself into a squat while maintaining the kettlebell extended. Balance with your other arm, then return to the beginning position and repeat. Do 6 to 8 repetitions on each side, then rest for 15 to 20 seconds before repeating the process for 2 more sets. Kettlebell front squats or back squats. For our next exercise, you can perform kettlebell front squats or back squats. Kettlebell squats are an excellent way to build muscle, burn body fat, enhance cardio, and maintain excellent joint health. Kettlebell squats are a full-body exercise that can be done with 1 or 2 kettlebells. The legs, buttocks, hips and core muscles experience the most muscle activation, but the exercise is felt throughout the body. Kettlebell front squat. Begin by bringing both kettlebells to the front rack. Adjust your feet to be just outside your hips, with your toes slightly pointing out. Maintain an upright torso by activating your core. Inhale and sit your hips back into a squat. The weight will try to drag your torso forward as you fall into the bottom of the squat. By keeping your core engaged, you'll be able to resist the impulse to round your back. Gluing your elbows to your sides will also engage your lats, which is beneficial. Squat to your desired depth, often slightly below parallel, then drive off your heels and return to the standing posture. Repeat the process for 40 seconds, then rest for 30 seconds, before repeating the process for 2 more sets. Kettlebell back squat. Place your feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Place one kettlebell on the back of each shoulder and forearm. Palms facing front and elbows pointing down. Lower into a squat by hinging your hips back and bending your knees. Maintain a neutral spine and an upright posture with your chest. Continue to lower your thighs until they are at least parallel to the floor. To return to standing, push into your feet and forward with your hips, squeezing your glutes. Repeat the process for 40 seconds, then rest for 30 seconds, before repeating the process for 2 more sets. Now relax for 2 minutes before moving on to the post-workout. Burpees. Begin by standing with your feet hip-width apart and your arms by your sides. Bend down and place your palms in front of your feet on the floor. Jump your feet out behind you as soon as your palms make contact with the floor to assume the high plank stance. Maintain an engaged core and a straight spine. Push yourself up, allow your hips to drop and touch your chest on the floor. Lift your focus after finishing the push-up, then leap your feet outside of your hands for a squat. Land with your feet outside and slightly behind your hands flat-footed. Jump high, stretching your arms above your head. To absorb the impact, land with your knees bent. Begin lowering yourself as your feet make contact with the ground to begin another rep. Repeat the process for 30 seconds, then rest for 30 seconds and proceed to the next exercise. Kettlebell deadlift. To begin, place the kettlebell between your feet. Hinge your hips back, bend your knees and take the kettlebell in both hands. The neutral alignment of your spine should be maintained. As you elevate your body with your arms extended, tighten your glutes and activate your core. Gain strength by pressing through your feet, enabling the kettlebell to rise naturally rather than being hoisted by your arms as you stand. Lower the kettlebell to the ground by hinging your hips back and bending your knees, and maintaining your arms extended during the action. Repeat the process for 30 seconds, then rest for 30 seconds, and proceed to the next exercise. Kettlebell front squat. Begin by bringing both kettlebells to the front rack. Adjust your feet to be just outside your hips, with your toes slightly pointing out. Maintain an upright torso by activating your core. Inhale and sit your hips back into a squat. The weight will try to drag your torso forward as you fall into the bottom of the squat. By keeping your core engaged, you'll be able to resist the impulse to round your back. Gluing your elbows to your sides will also engage your lats, which is beneficial. Squat to your desired depth, often slightly below parallel, then drive off your heels and return to the standing posture. Repeat the process for 30 seconds, then rest for 30 seconds and proceed to the next exercise. Push-ups. Get on all fours and place your hands slightly wider than your shoulders on the floor. Keep your elbows slightly bent rather than locked out. Extend your legs back, keeping your feet hip-width apart and balanced on your hands and toes. Pull your belly button toward your spine to contract your abs and tighten your core. Inhale as you slowly bend your elbows and lower yourself to the floor, aiming for a 90-degree angle. Return to the starting position by exhaling, while clenching your chest muscles and pushing back up through your hands. Repeat the process for 30 seconds, then rest for 30 seconds, and proceed to the next exercise. Jumping lunges. Begin by standing with your feet shoulder width apart. With both knees at 90 degrees, jump your left leg forward and your right leg back into a lunge. Jump up and switch your legs midair, landing in a lunge with your right leg in front. Continue jumping back and forth as quickly as possible. Repeat the process for 30 seconds, then rest for 30 seconds. Finally, repeat all post-workout exercises one more time. If you like this video and would like to hear more, be sure to press the subscribe button.